Hey there folks, Dr. Groovy, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com here. Exactly 1 week after my prostate surgery, had one about the size of a 200-year-old person. I do not recommend this. It's going to be a long recovery. Yes, I have to wear the Depends thing for a long time. I do not recommend this to anyone at all. This is going to, every possible thing about that sucks. And it's going to continue to suck for quite a long time. So don't know how much I can get around. I have to sit all the time. But anyway, day after surgery, it was extremely bad. But all my stuff came in the mail, so had to do a parts caster, which I'm going to show you. That's why I'm here. Plus it's 2 in the morning, and I just have that I gotta be awake thing. I could leave it any second and void my entire fluids. I could do that sitting here. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so what I did is I did what anybody that does a parts caster does and went and got some parts on, I think most of it was eBay. Some I had laying around here. And just show you that because this way I can write the guitar off. And remember, whenever you do a parts caster and so forth, always sell it that way too. There's no money in selling one that you've done because you've done nothing to it that anybody else will want done. They want to do it themselves. They take little to no imagination and little to zero skill and little to no time. So why did I do it? Because I had a little to no thing to do for that day. So anyway, I did this. Okay, the silver sparkle humbuckers that split into single coils. The Mexican whammy with the Dragonfire rollers that I've showed you before. Again, the Fender pre-wired pick guards from the Fender Mexican Standard last year. There was an HSH model, which was these. So I've bought a lot of those pre-wired pick guards from a place called the Stratosphere. And that's where I got the whammy bar as well, since the bridge didn't come with anything. I just needed the main part of the bridge, which has a very large block installed on it. I did go ahead and float the whammy, so it is floated about 1/4 of an inch above the deck. Let's see, and the Dragonfire mirror pick guard could not find a single clear or plain old mirror plate for the back, so I had to go to China for that one. Let's see, had to buy a bunch of pick guard screws from a guy that was a douche, actually, from here on YouTube, you know, that I had yacked to him about and banned him and stuff already. And he's like, oh, so you bought my screws? And I was like, I don't know who you are, but I needed some screws. And I know you didn't make them, so no talent from you, so still think my website sucks? It's like, yeah, it does. But anyway, so that's where I got him from, whoever he is. I'm sure he'll watch this video. Why? Because who cannot watch the doc? Everything was fine. The body, again, Mighty Mite, brand spanking new, and the silvery glitter, and everything was pre-drilled for this and on the back, and the holes were drilled for the neck. The wire holes were drilled. It's drilled for the pickup configuration. You see, it is not a universal or a swimming pool route under there. So, and the holes are just barely big enough to run the wires like down to the output jack. I did have to use a big old thing and actually drill back into the cutaway in here and make it longer, because you go to plug the cord in and it just stops at the wood. So I had to come back to about here, you know, with the biggest drill bit I had. And now that works, of course. Of course the whammy works because, and why did I pick the Mexican one? I like them. They're as good as anything else. You just got to change, you know, you got to roller everything, which is what I did. Got the regular Fender thing out of the Fender package. It was new for the neck plate. There is actually a place for a tilt deal on the back of the neck, but the body doesn't. have any place to put the little place for the tilt thing, so I'm just not messing with it. It lined up perfectly anyway, so I'm not going to engage it as much as I do love the tilt. Again, for those who don't know, clickety clickety. Single coils to humbuckers all at once. And again, I just took all the everything from the black pick guard to this one. And the neck is American. It was 450 bucks. The body was 169. Again, the Stratosphere pre-wired pick guards are all 109. So I've got a whole bunch of those around because I just dig them. They go great into a lot of things, and they fit well into a lot of these pointy metal head guitars I like. And the humbuckers fit in there, and I usually just have to drill a hole for the single coil, so I get to play something usually that looks like something other than a Strat. Why I built another Strat, I don't know. Okay, so American neck, 450 bucks because it came. It's beautiful. It's nice satin, amazing feeling neck. So love that. I won't be selling that no matter what, but it comes with the LSR rollers and the beautiful chrome logo that I love so much better than the vintage spaghetti logos, and the fender locking tuners, so nothing goes out of tune on this thing as far as the whammy goes. It's as close as you can get without a Floyd because there's no friction on anything here. So it was just a quick build, and as quick as you could screw it together for the most part. I think it took, honestly, about a half hour total from unpack, after everything was unpacked, to actually have it done and intonated and to exactly how you see it. About a half hour. Again, I don't consider this building a guitar or making a guitar. It's far from it. It's just putting the screws together, which is why Fender did his guitars this way, so anybody could put them together. And again, it just turned out superb. What else would you expect? I also did, the same day, did my mandolin, turned it into electric, made a very unique way of making an electric mandolin. I'm proud of that one. Cost me a whole $7.50 for the preamp and everything else, and everybody should follow what I do. I'll put that one on here too for everybody who has problems electrifying that thing. And don't ever buy anything from Stu Mac as far as electronics from them for your bluegrass instruments, including the piezo little discs, and having to use putty on the back of them and trying to stick them with a hook on the back. This is for the mandolin. Do all that crap. What a waste. You know, so that one there, you know, has a preamp and your volume and your bass and your treble and your everything else. Yep. I think, under 10 bucks total for the entire job to be done. So that was fun, and I had found some new old stock parts for my pedal steel, did that, and I'm paying the price for it. My D-pins are full of colors that should not be in there at this moment in recovery. So again, everything's on camera, blah blah blah, so I can write all this off. I just want to say hi. I don't get to give lessons for a little while, so I'll call my students up. I never know when I have to run out of here, and I don't always make it to the bathroom. I am probably never getting in a car for a long time. Hey, anybody needs one? I know there's a lot of TMI in here that'll be so irrelevant in about 2 years. Yeah, I gotta wait about that long to be recovered, if I recover. And there's a chance that you won't, and that just means you wear Depends forever and hurt like crazy every time you go to the bathroom. There's no more baby gravy for the doctor. That don't exist anymore. Lots of things don't exist anymore. I'm doing some swaps on amplifiers this weekend. Somebody stole some gear from a popular band here in Vegas, and so I'll be getting one of 40 ESP Custom Shop Carry King V's Saturday, if anybody wants it. I have no reason or desire for it, but it's easier to sell than, you know, amplifier stack. So that'll be around here. Of course, he was with or is with the whole BC Rich thing forever. Then BC Rich took a big dump, as they always do, and ESP did the Kerry King stuff just long enough to keep him through. So if anybody wants one of those 40 ever made, I'll have one come Saturday, and you can talk to me about it. Okay, so I'm just going to plug this guitar in. You won't get much. You got 4 minutes left because I've been a bad boy and I'm limited to 15 minutes for standing up for my rights to party. Scotty getting in trouble on YouTube? Nah. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it on clean. Play some stuff with stuff on it. So here's everything. Position 1 with the humbuckers. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, same thing again, but deploy the single coils. Position 1, 2. Beady right there. 3, 4 for some more beady, and 5. Back to 2 because that's where I live. Jackson Brown, Somebody's Baby on that part. That's where the girl goes in the dugout, loses her virginity. Oh yeah, Stacy on Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Otherwise I wouldn't know that song, but hey, everything's Fast Times is me. I love the show still. So there's the axe. It turned out really cool. Of course, again, the whammy is floating to where it's groovy. Romeo Void. Okay, there you go. See, so everything works if you know what you're doing. Okay, so that's it for me. Just, again, these are not build. You didn't build your own guitar, blah, blah, blah. It's just like putting a kit together, so that's what I did. Gave me something to do. And I just needed another Strat. God, I'm sick of Strats, but they do flippin' work. Just sick of the shape of Fender guitars. So that's what I did. Okay, so I can write it off the taxes. Once again, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Dr. Groovy. I've got some groovy stuff actually coming up, which some of it's extremely funny, some of it's very cool. It will actually be merchandise, all of it. Stuff you can use, and stuff that you can use, yes. Some funny ass shit, definitely. I think I've told about 2 people about one of them, and I'm so excited for that. It's just a matter of when I can actually work. So there you go. Hope you dig the axe. It's as good as they get. As is everything. So I dig it. It worked. It turned out really well. Screws lined up. What else can you say? I soldered the right wire onto the right place. So I was way ahead of the the lads from the UK by doing those 2 wires correctly. Okay, so hey, I'm out of here. You guys be groovy. Later. Bye.